Howdy, Space Rangers, Captain Phoenix here. First of all, I would like to apologize for my sudden absence on the channel. I had to leave the country real quick for my graduation. Full story about that will go up on my second channel at some point. And when I got back, I was dead sick for about 2 weeks, and this review had to get pushed. Anyway, without further ado, let's talk about Invincible Season 3. I know it's old news, so I won't keep you all around for long, as everything that could be said about this season has already been said. So this isn't going to be like an overly edited or, jokey review. This is just going to be me talking, and we'll get all the main points out of the way. I promise I'll be a bit more high effort for Season 4. Anyway, let's get into it. First off, while not the biggest deal to me personally, I am glad that they're no longer doing split seasons. I get that Season 2 did it to continue building up hype for the show, but not only do you not really need it for a title like Invincible, but Season 3's approach showed that this show is very capable of standing on its own. As said, I didn't really care that much when Season 2 did it, but I do think that it was an interesting thought experiment. Of course, the season still carries stuff you'd expect from the show at this point. Great writing, but lackluster animation. And while I'm glad the fanbase has acknowledged that we won't be getting anything stellar from this series going forward, especially if we want more content, through no fault of the animators, the cheapness is very apparent at times, like the Powerplex episode, which definitely screamed shoestring budget. In terms of character work, this season is arguably the best we've gotten so far. Mark's ideology and worldview is bullied into submission. Mark and Cecil have a really engaging dilemma that creates a genuinely good discussion in the fandom. Personally, while I do think that Cecil is right, he went about it in the completely wrong way, and this season has been nothing but Cecil making dumb decision after dumb decision. Don't worry, we'll get to the finale. Anyway, Mark's relationship with Eve is also pretty solid in this season. I like the fact that we finally have a non-toxic and drama-heavy relationship that is endgame. Yes, I've read the comics, so at the very least, I've not read the comics, I got a bit of spoilers from the comics, so I do know at the very least Mark and Eve are endgame. And I really do like the fact that it's, again, non-toxic and drama-heavy. For now, at least. It's such a breath of fresh air, and while they're not the best relationship ever in fiction, let alone this show, I really do want to see it grow and stick together amongst all the chaos that is in this season and that's going to come in future seasons. Eve herself could have done with a bit more agency in this season though, because I feel like a lot of her actions are just done in service of Mark instead of us getting to see a bit more of her personal life. I'm not too mad about it, as she was pretty independent in season 1 and 2, but I really do hope Mark does something for her in return in season 4, just to make the relationship feel a bit more balanced. Debbie continues to grow into her own, and I like that we get to see more of her life through Paul, who is the most average and down-to-earth guy in the show, and is amazing because of it. Honestly, this show handles Debbie so well that season 2 and 3 instantly make her one of my favorite moms in all of fiction. This woman loves her sons to death, and her little monologue at the end of the season to Mark, just apologizing to him about all the responsibility he had to take on, basically about her life with Omni-Man. Oh, bro, that was hard. That hit deep. I'd also like to applaud the writers for not making Oliver the annoying kid character, and while he does pose some interesting arguments to Mark, some of them can be easily debunked, and I just found it weird how Mark folded so quickly at times in this season. Like there's one point where Oliver says, hey, why don't people just forgive Omni-Man if they know all the good he's done, or if they know about all the good, if he's a man willing to change? And I'm like, Oliver, why would you forgive a villain who's threatening your friends and family? Literally, last season, a madman tried to kill you and your adopted mom. Would you ever forgive him? The answer is no. No, he wouldn't. Why? Because Engstrom returns later in the season and Oliver wants to kill him. So Oliver's a big, massive hypocrite. Rex and Ray are perfect this season, and I really don't want to go into it that much, but I feel like I should just at the very least give my overall thoughts. These guys are such a perfect relationship. I love Rex's character development in this show. He started off as just a normal douchebag with superpowers not slowly, but really more realistically over time, and especially because of his near-death experiences, learns to be a better person. He starts off as a douchebag and ends off his arc as a lovable himbo. He is such a good character, and Ray started off as just a random background character who got randomly gender swapped from the comics for no reason to now being an actual active character. I want to see more of her story going forward, especially without Rex now. And these two relationship, it's easily the best in the show, better than Mark and Eve, because they bounce off each other so well, and the relationship naturally builds up over the course of the season. Yes, they are emotionally manipulating us, but hey, it worked well. And it's honestly because of the good writing between these two characters that Ray is now my new favorite baddie of the show, and Rex is now just a legendary king that the entire fan base loves. And I love how the fans will never forgive the show for this development. They really made this guy a top tier himbo, only to kill him off in the most chaotic episode of the show yet. The memes spawning off this legend's death are nothing short of beautiful.
And what's that? My entire goddamn skeleton, dickhead.
The finale episode with Conquest was the definition of perfection. I was rewinding this entire episode every 5 minutes, just admiring the entire scope of it all. I think it might even be better than the season 1 finale. Like, look at this. They spent way too much money on the hair animation in this fight. And of course, in the aftermath of this fight, Mark changes his worldview and decides to kill people, especially if they're coming after his loved ones. This is certainly a bold choice that I wasn't fully expecting this show to follow. I mean, I wouldn't say I was surprised that they finally made this choice, but I will say that I was not completely sure if they would actually stick with it, but it seems that they are. And this is a choice that I'm not sure how I feel on just yet fully. Like, yes, there are absolutely some villains you should kill, some who just cannot be redeemed no matter what. And especially in the Invincible universe. So I am very interested to see in how they follow it and whether or not Mark is actually gonna score some real good dubs in the future. It doesn't seem like being the goody two-shoes superhero, especially in this universe, is in the cards for the future of this show, which makes me wonder, because we know the show is named, well, Invincible, after Mark's strong will and not the fact that he actually is invincible, what dilemma is he gonna come across that he just will not budge on no matter what? Like, what scenario are we gonna see Mark in when no matter how hard the story or the writers try, he's not going to give up his morals or his ideals of the world? Because this season clearly isn't it, which again makes me very interested as to what's gonna happen next. And lastly, let's talk about my favorite thing about this show, aside from, of course, the character drama, and that is the world building. The world building continues to be off the charts in this show. I love looking into how this world lives with superheroes and the everyday life with them. There's an amazing short sequence in one of the episodes with a pair of criminals who don't want to be criminals, and that crap is depressing, bro. That whole thing is just a mess. And one more thing I just want to mention before I close off on this video, I just want to say that this season especially really just opened my eyes to how amazing the Invincible fanbase is and how amazing Amazon, or at least Amazon's marketing, is in general. The fanbase has got to be one of my favorite fanbase in recent memory, aside from like maybe Ninjago. Invincible fans are just constantly making the most out-of-pocket memes, out-of-pocket posts out there. Again, we started off like with the Rexplode Trap Queen clip I showed you earlier. They are some of the best and most dedicated fans I've seen. I just want to give them a good old shout out because, man, has it been fun being an Invincible fan this last month. And same goes to Amazon, because whoever's on the Amazon marketing team, especially like for YouTube, my God, give them a raise. Not only are they providing us clips for free, but they also just are in on every single meme and every single trend. That it's honestly crazy that they're probably more on top of this than the fans themselves. Usually it's fans who are more on the trends than they are, but they just are giving us everything, and I love them for it. Please keep this energy up until the show ends. I don't want no toxic nonsense going forward. Just give me more insane Invincible stuff and let the show keep being good as it is. Overall, this season, while not the best narratively, had the best standalone episodes. The early season on Mark Tension was great, the Space Prison Break episode was great, I didn't even mention Omni-Man in this video, but yeah, his episode was pretty good, the Dragon episode was cool, and the Powerplex episode, while not groundbreaking, was another neat look at the Invincible universe. And the last two episodes were just peak. I don't know if this is a hot take, but I consider this the strongest season of the show so far, and cannot wait for season 4. 9 out of 10. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be all from me today. Tell me, what do you guys think? Was there anything I missed? What did you think of the season? Am I fair or am I glazing it too much? I probably am, in all honesty. Let me know down in the comments below. And as always, let's have a discussion. Thank you guys so very much for watching. Be sure to like if you like, subscribe if you haven't already, hit the notification bell to be part of the team, leave a comment down below, slap a cow, and with that, I will see you in another universe. Goodbye, my Rangers.